Hi, this is Sherry. Veronica, there are a lot of moving parts in this particular case, but when his name came up, Noel, Lionel, Taylor, him, okay, I had to like pull back a little bit. It involved Petular, Henry. This is a Facebook snapshot that I picked up, that I got from, this is what I pulled off of Facebook. Okay, this is what I pulled off of Facebook. And when at first they were talking in this matter about her and accusing her of doing whatever she is accused of doing, and then they say that they also pulled him in along with her, and also a Sabina Jone, and Petular Henry is saying that someone paid her to work like this kind of craft, and they wanted their man to stay with them, or not to stay, but not to have any other people around them. She wanted to be the only concubine. She didn't want anyone else involved in that particular situation, and she also wanted to find out who took her meeting money, because it seems as though there was meeting money that went missing. And Petular Henry is saying that she was hired by the accuser to find out who took the meeting money, and also to safeguard the relationship that she had with some guy. Okay, so it is wild, because jewelry is involved. People are saying, oh, we are just St. Lucians together, we're all Lucians together, but they're in Barbados now. This is all happening in Barbados, so I don't understand what that has to do with it. But then again, people come from one country to the next, but they bring whatever traits and whatever nuances that they practiced when they were at their home base to their new location, and they think it's all copacetic, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But yeah, they're being accused of taking a whole lot of money, ML, money laundering, and doing what they were not supposed to do. They said one thing and did something else, and people are out of money, and then they took paperwork to the bank to say, well, if they wanted a loan or whatever, that they said we were working here, we were doing this, but then it turned out that the letterhead and everything was, you see this word here, forged, and there was a lot of scheming. You like that word in Barbados, don't you? Scheme? Yeah, there was a lot of scheming. So Petular Henry, Noel, Lionel, Taylor, and Sabina, Jone, they got pulled in. They got sent up there to the hotel in St. Philip, because it was not cool what they were doing, and people were like having less money and less money and less money in their pockets. When you're having less money in your pockets and you see people flexing with your money, you know what time of day it is, right? You do know. Yeah, it happens a lot in Barbados. Other than the SA, you should know what SA means. Other than that, the next crime that you have in your court, I'm talking about cases in your courtrooms and in your courthouses. SA, number 1, and then fraud, stealing, number two. So it's something you guys need to work on. But yeah, I'm going to follow this case to see how it works out, because she's saying no, it wasn't theft, it was like I was being paid to do this. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And in this particular case, it didn't work. It did not work. The craft, she was working to find out things and to get someone to stay with someone. She said it didn't work. But yeah, let's follow this particular matter. And if you know anything about it, yeah, just you can comment in the comment section on YouTube and fill in the gaps. But yeah, when you do not hold on to your money, when you do not hold tightly onto your money in places like Barbados and other small nations that came out of slavery, that had a touch of slavery, when you're dealing with people that came from that stock, when you do not hold on to your money, you're going to be crying. You're going to have regrets. You're going to be robbed. You're never going to see it again. It happens every time. It happens every time, okay? So yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this particular matter. She's asking for leniency already. I mean, leniency. And like I said, once he was pulled in, at first I was feeling sorry for her, you know, but once I saw that he was part of the mix, like I say, birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. You have to watch who you are associating with, because when the S hits the fan, and you know everything, you know, it's all like scattered, you know, we got burger down kind of thing. When everything falls down, and you are hanging out with recidivists, and you're hanging out with unsavory people, you're gonna have part of that stench on you. You're gonna have part of that smell on you. Okay, you can't be hanging out with a certain crowd and then say you didn't know, and you didn't get any part, you know, of the spoils or what. You can't. You have to watch your friends. You have to watch your company, the company that you're keeping. You have to watch that, and who you take photographs with. You know, sometimes you get up on Facebook and you put up all these photographs or whatever, and then when someone's being pulled into some sort of matter that makes him you know, like go to the hotel there and say, Philip, then you call me and say, oh, you know, you could have him up, but could you ink out my photo? Could you take my photo? All of that. Well, you didn't want your photo, all of that, when you guys were all kiki and kakaing and putting up pictures, and you didn't care what he did and how he was making his money. You didn't care then. You only care now that someone is like spoiling your image, but your image is spoiled already when you start to take photos with certain people and put them up on social media. Okay, when you do that, you know, the cat is already, you know, it's out. So yeah, we're going to follow this particular matter and let you know how it progresses in court. But when she showed up with him as a co-defendant, yeah, that was it for me. This is Sherry Veronica.